Hi Taurus, welcome to your reading for February 2023. This is going to be for Taurus, Sun, Moon, or Rising. Some of you are intuitively guided, or you may just be checking up on Taurus, see what's going on in their energy field, let's say. Whatever brought you, welcome. Alright, we're going to go ahead and get right into your reading. It's funny because I felt like, how do I say this? Like I was being hindered from doing your reading. But then I got this feeling like, now you got to work through it. You got to do it. You got to do the reading. So, I don't know. Anyway, we're going to use 4 different decks. We're going to use Mother Mary for our words of wisdom. We're going to use the Angel Tarot as an oracle. What I mean is we're just going to take, short message from it, though they haven't been that short lately. I don't know why I'm getting everything ready ahead of time. We're going to use the Psychic Tarot for your main spread, and we're going to use the Gilded Tarot to clarify. Okay? Alright. Let's go ahead and shuffle. Make sure nothing else wants to come out. We have Mother. It's funny because I feel like I just received like a motherly hug spiritually. I open my heart to my mother's humanness and her divinity. Mother. We'll read that at the end. But I'm sure it's going to come out in your reading also. Alright. Let's give these a cut. Okay. That didn't take long. Alright, we have the Strength card. Card of Leo. It's interesting because then we have the 5 of Wands. Conflicts with others caused by opposing opinions. Walk away from drama. Unless the situation is really worth your time, then stand up for yourself. Very ambitious people. I feel like if it's a Leo, they are very ambitious people. And then we have the 6 of Swords. So I feel like for some of you, it's just like, it's interesting because I remember, a lot of times I don't remember last month's readings because I've done so many readings in between. But I remember your reading. And you were dealing with something, hard, felt dark type of energy. And so I kind of like seeing the 6 of Swords here because I feel like you understood that, some of you may, very seldom do I say this, but I feel like you may want to go back and watch that video because I feel like there was something in there that, gives you a realization, right? It puts you in some type of movement, and that movement it's away from the drama, it's away from the toxicity. But it's also even like the realization of one's thoughts, right? Because the Strength card talks about self. This 5 of Wands, I feel like maybe 2 people or more who just butt heads, right? And maybe I simply got to know my reaction. Maybe that's part of it. Like, I got to know my reaction. And, you know, because sometimes, like, you know, we're fighting for what we think we need to fight for, and in the long run, like, of your this lifetime, usually it's not worth it. Because first of all, 5 is in the middle, and then 5 speaks of change. Okay, I think I'm going to shuffle. I'm thinking, why don't I put the deck down? We have recognition and rewards. This person looks very humbled. You know, I almost feel like this person is being recognized because of a journey that they themselves have just taken and overcome. You know, doesn't matter how long it took. It's like, you know, when you do it, it's like that's good. Because I almost feel like this person, you know, like, maybe it's your soul. It's like, you know, before you came to this lifetime, like, I see 2 souls talking, and one saying, like, nah, if I was you, I wouldn't ask for that experience. But your soul's like, yeah, but I want to see if I want to see if I can overcome it now. And so it is. You know, it means that you can. Well, alright, 7 of Swords. So, deception and envy, it really says it all. You know, this is untrustworthy energy. Listen, it's coming under Strength card. Can represent Leo. Like, I hate to just call out a sign. But it may even be like, I want to say like, stand your ground. Look at that, 2 7s. For some of you, I feel like there's a message about your mother, and I feel like there's some type of energy that maybe I found myself in, and instead of, and I may have kind of lost myself in it. But what am I trying to say? It's like I'm following my mother's footsteps. But I don't think my mother wants me to follow these footsteps. You know, these are definitely difficult lessons. It definitely tells me that there's energy that just feels untrustworthy to you. You know, interesting, it says stand your ground. This says stand your ground if you feel like it's worth your time. 6 of Swords would tell me that maybe you realized it's not worth your time. And then, because I feel like the 3 of Wands over here feels like your spiritual team, like almost like, and you feel humbled by it all. Interesting how I'm feeling this. Now, Universal Year 7, which is 2023, is a very spiritual year. awareness. Awareness. New beginnings. Interesting. You have the Fool and the Magician side by side. Almost like the Magician, who is the Fool's teacher. You know, as it relates to any new path. Strength card, it is a number 8. 8 is about a new beginning. As above, so below. You know what I mean? Like, it tells me that anything that you've been in, that you can overcome it. And I feel like, you know, like you just have to have that maybe spiritual awareness. Awareness. And then the Fool. Like, dude, I don't know, man. Like, I really feel like it's like it's almost like you're bowing before your guides, but it's like a proudness also. But I feel like, and it's the other way. You know, for some of you may have a mother figure who has crossed over, and no matter what she's been through in this lifetime, in her lifetime, she's now in spirit, right? And so, you know, because I almost feel like, you know, like she would jump to the front of the line to like celebrate, you know, you becoming the Fool. And that just means you making the decision not to, you know, let go of what needs to let go of. You know, stand up for what you need to stand up for, but also know what you're fighting for. Is it worth it? Have awareness, I feel like, is number 1. Because the Fool, I'm just telling you, is free and clear energy. And then, you know, here I am holding the 9 of Cups. The 9 of Cups. You know, it doesn't even speak about like romantic love. It's just saying this is about you and you enjoying your life again. You know, the Fool and the 9 of Cups connected. Like, I don't feel like incomplete if I don't have love in this energy, because there's something, because I feel like the freedom of the energy, like the, you know, like the lightness of the energy, you know, it's so different. It's like having an awakening. Having an awakening. And once you have that awakening and you look at this, that you see it differently. You know what I mean? And you see it like as like, you know, where our humanness, we want to hang on to things. We want to hold on to regret. You know what I mean? Like, we want that apology, but like, who is this person we want the apology from? And, you know, are they worth that space in our head? Anyway, well, we have 3 swords on the bottom of the deck. Some of you, I definitely feel like this is representing like a mother figure. And I also feel like it's representing just like your guides in particular. Like a recognition of it. A recognition of this 3 of swords. Right? But in the same breath, it's not about staying there. The Hierophant underneath that. Interesting, because I feel like it's just, you know, it's like the things that broke my heart, maybe in this year or whatever, things that broke my heart, or maybe things that still break my heart. I feel like there is the energy of like allowing it to go and just rise above, like rise above. Because what a difference, the 3 of swords to the 9 of cups. took the Six of Swords to start the process. And then the Fool is, you know, it's interesting because in the Nine of Cups, like, it's not really showing romantic love here. If anything, maybe I left it. Because it's showing more about, like, how you feel, like, how you should be feeling. This is about inner harmony, you know, inner joy, you know, gratefulness, joyful for your life, even if you're, you know, like, I remember when I left a situation and my kids were small and I left with nothing. But I rented an apartment or house. It was a duplex. And all we had was like, you know, like their bedding. I took their bedding and then like this big thick blanket. And that blanket became like, I would move it from like downstairs. That was like our hangout. You know, we'd all sit on the blanket and play games and that. And then at nighttime we moved it upstairs. And it was our bed. And it's interesting because I had nothing, but it was the most freeing time. Like, I remember just feeling so free. But material-wise, I had nothing. So, I don't know why I'm telling you that, other than maybe somebody needed to hear that. Dang it. Look at that. Hierophant. Alright, this is a lot of cards, but I feel like, you know, it's just going to tell us a story. Alright, with 4 cups. We have the Knight of Swords. We have the 8 of Swords. Ugh. We have the 6 of Wands. You know, it's interesting because the Hierophant came out, well, it flipped itself around in the deck. I can't remember if it came out or not. But, like, I just felt like I had to put it there. And I feel like it's talking about the energy of, you know, first of all, it's your card. But I feel like it's talking about the energy. And because it does feel like a higher type energy. However, this feels very like the opposite with the 8 of Swords. So I feel like for some, you know, I feel like what it's representing is time. You know what I mean? Like time, like, you know, maybe. And I feel like because also during this 8 of Swords time, and that's a self-created prison, that's where I wear a blindfold. I think that I'm stuck, but I'm not. I'm not. But it does take my action. You know, it's self-created. No one can uncreate it but you. Again, as above, so below. But with the four of Cups over here, you know, it is like almost like doing nothing about something that feels like something needs to be done about. Because I feel like, you know, like we need to get you to this 9 of Cups. And then you have the 6 of Wands here, which is the energy of victory. You know, and what are people... You know, what are people looking at? They're looking at you. Again, recognition and rewards. You know, it's like you. It's you being recognized. It's you being rewarded. It's interesting because it puts a whole different spin on that 9 of Cups. Almost like it gives you the platform. And maybe that's what you came here for. To gain this platform, and the only way you could have gained the platform was to go through the experience, because it's because of your actions not so much your words, even though your words are also an important part of it, but it's because of the actions that you've taken that, you know, others then may seek out. I don't know. 2 sixes. 3 swords. Okay, 3 swords coming over the 7 of swords. Well, I mean, I don't know. Do I need to explain that? We have the World. The next chapter. We have the Chariot. Listen, I feel like for some of you, you know, you're just saying goodbye to something or someone or energy or the way it was. And I feel like you are forging on a new journey. You just are. Like, and I feel like, you know, it's almost like with a wing and a prayer. You know, I'm going to do it with the wing. And maybe that's why I said that story about, like, when I had nothing is when I felt so free. But, you know, I feel like, listen, there's just some type of energy that is, I don't know, just not being truthful with you, honest with you. And, you know, it's like, maybe it's like stab after stab. Right, but again, but I don't do. Maybe how I handle it is I drink, but that's not the way. That's not the way, because that becomes part. You know, that feeds more of your dark energy, and that's not what you want to do here. You want to turn this around. Okay. Anyway, King of Pentacles, and then we have the Tower. Tower is mirrored by the 3 of Swords. You know, but what's right in the middle of it, with your card underneath it, just so happens, it's the Chariot, which is, you know, what represents 2023. Some of you, you know, like, you're starting this new chapter. Like, these 8s, again, self. It's what we have to look at. It's like, it is the way out. We are the key. We hold the key. It's not out there. It's within you. And then using that key, right? And being, you know, aware. Like, you know, aware of the people around me. And aware of myself within that energy. Because I feel like you potentially are the one who's giving this Tower. Now, listen, and I feel like you've gone through the Tower at the same time, but I feel like this King now comes out. The King of Pentacles can represent Taurus, Capricorn, or Virgo, but I feel like it's more about how now I look at this all. I have a different perception. I see it from the big picture now. You know, maybe I only saw it from my corner of the world, but now I see it, you know, on the world stage, so to speak. So you have the World, and then you have the Chariot, right? You have the door, you have the portal, right? The Fool is going to be moving into, and the Fool's teacher is right there, you know. So maybe this is something a little scary. But it's interesting because, you know, I often feel like the Chariot does not show unless someone's ready to handle the Chariot, because the Chariot's about your intention. You know, like if my intention is negative, and, you know, but you can only do it for so long at the same time. So, you know, I do need a different way of looking at just my life. I don't know, because the Chariot, it's like, you know, it's energy that's unlimited. The only thing that will limit it is you. And I almost feel like saying, and I don't even know, you know, what's coming for you. Because I feel like this is more about getting you to the energy of the Fool, right? The new beginning. But this 9 of Cups is there. And your past experience, whether it be your whole life or just part of your life, I don't know, somehow I feel like it becomes your platform. And maybe, you know, because I feel like many people are in the Eight of Swords, right? Like, I create this prison and I don't let anything come in. Even other people's ideas. Like, it's, But it's a prison. It's a mental type prison. But I created it. Now, I created it due to maybe all that was out there. Maybe these swords, you know, all that. But that's not what spiritually, that's not what I'm meant to do. So, I feel like, you know, the Nine of Cups, I don't know. Do I want to look at anything here? I feel like I don't need to. But let's just go right across the whole thing. Well, hello, Ten of Cups. Ten of Cups. So interesting that, you know, I really did not feel that this was about love. I felt this is about you. Now, it may have talked about previous love, you know, and again, who's ever in that Seven of Swords, the awareness, right? And I feel like, you know, you are aware, but do I allow myself to be aware? But anyways, I don't know why I'm putting a negative spin on it, on this, because we have the Ten of Cups here. Sounds like there's a motorcycle in my driveway. We have the Page of Swords. We have the Five of Pentacles. That immediately goes to the Six of Pentacles. You know what I feel like this is? Because we have the Nine of Cups here. Now we have the Ten of Cups. And I feel like this is just talking about, with the Page here, the potential. It's almost like, I don't know, for some of you, maybe it's almost like pre-planned in a way. But because this may be someone that in some way you have communication with. And I don't know, like, I do find that maybe you did find yourself, like, much like I found myself, you know, with nothing, but still so grateful at the same time. Because immediately moving into the Six of Pentacles, it's like immediately moving you in soulmate type energy. And listen, it's mirrored by the Ten of Cups. So yes, soulmate type energy, love wise. But also I feel like the people that are being drawn to you, you know, are like younger souls. And you have much to teach. You know, whether it just be in your everyday life, that accidentally comes out of your mouth. I shouldn't even say accidentally. You know what I mean? And you don't even know that it helps. Like, you don't even know that it, maybe at that moment, it helped change somebody else's life because they went on, right? And you went on. But that seed, right? It's like that seed of wisdom was planted. Some of you, though, it is talking about your platform, and it is talking about your actions. And I almost like feel like, you know, I almost like want to let someone know that I am now single. Because, I don't know, I do have the Nine of Cups, and now I have the Ten of Cups. And you are right here. The Hierophant is what's feeding all this energy. And it's the Five. Change, I feel like, just had to have happened. But this is not, you know, a story of sadness. This is really a story of rewards and recognitions and soulmates and potential of great love. Definitely the potential of inner harmony, which may have been a long time coming. You know what I mean? And I feel like because the Five of Pentacles goes so quickly into the Six of Pentacles, I feel like what you need will be there somehow, some way. Now, it's your guides, right? It's like, you know, pay attention to the signs. Anyway, let's read Mother. Mother. This card says that your current situation is rooted in your feelings about your mother. The first thought that springs to mind right now is exactly what needs to be addressed and healed. Regardless of your mother's lifestyle or history, you're the one currently living with your feelings. So, Mother Mary seeks to support you in gently adjusting the way you view your past. So okay, wait a second. Mother Mary seeks to support you in gently adjusting the way you view your past, to give you more freedom in your present and future life. Hello, Fool. As you hold a compassionate viewpoint towards your mother and see her as a human who is doing the best that she could, you'll heal in profound ways. Having a healed viewpoint concerning your mother allows you to be more open to receiving God's gift, help from others, and messages from the divine. 6 Pentacles, 6 of Wands. Ask Mother Mary for assistance in releasing any old or heavy emotions connecting to your mother so that you can better enjoy each moment of your life. Amen. Alright guys, I think I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to leave it there. I have to say, your readings lately it's another one that I won't forget. You know what I mean? There's certain readings that I just don't forget. And last month's reading, I haven't forgot it. And I don't think I'm going to forget this reading either, because I feel like the potential with maybe just a perspective can be like, I feel like truly life-changing. So I feel like it's very profound, but then I'm always curious, will you find it that way? Anyway, I love you guys. I thank you. I'll see you next time at our table. Bye-bye.